WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Mississippi's senior U.S. representative visits Columbus today. Congressman Benny Thompson was the featured speaker at an educational leadership conference.
Thompson is the longtime representative from Mississippi's 2nd Congressional District. Our Quinta Smith was able to catch up with the congressman. He joins us now with more.
Tommy, Benny Thompson has served the House of Representatives since 1993, and he tells me he's seen a lot of changes during his time in Washington, both good and bad. United States Congressman Benny Thompson has been serving his home state for decades.
I've been an alderman, a mayor, a county supervisor, and now I'm a member of Congress.
The congressman represents Mississippi's 2nd Congressional District, which also happens to be the only black district in the state.
Mississippi has almost 40% of the population. I'm the only African American in the state and the only Democrat. I look forward to one day where we can have more Democratic representation in the state.
Thompson has seen the state make significant strides to get to where it stands now, but he knows there's more work to be done.
I can tell you that we really have some challenges ahead of us.
He says being the only Democrat from Mississippi in Congress is tough, and it puts him on the other side of the aisle with current administration.
Trump budget is going to cut many of the programs, USDA. That's Rural Water Services, that's the SNAP program, that's the Free and Reduced Meal program. Our education budget is to be cut about 13%. That's a big cut for a state like Mississippi.
However, trying to find ways to fix those issues here in the state isn't his only concern. Thompson says he's also worried about the direction the country is going in now that President Donald Trump has taken office.
I'm concerned. What I know about what's happening with Russia. I'm concerned about what's happening in Syria. And I'm just concerned that we're not acting as a world leader should be acting.
The congressman says he's disappointed with the president's actions, and he believes it could put the country on the verge of another conflict.
We ought to be setting the example for the rest of the world. We shouldn't be running out throwing bombs on a country because we don't like what they're doing. They're a sovereign nation.
And Thompson is also a ranking member of the Committee on Homeland Security. Tommy, back to you.
Minority county supervisors from around the state are getting some leadership training in Columbus this week. The Mississippi Association of Supervisors Minority Caucus is holding its annual conference at the Trotter Convention Center. The two-day event is serving as a networking tool for the supervisors. The conference also provides education and training for its members.
We also use this conference to raise money. We give 15 scholarships annually, $1,000 each. So the money comes from the sponsors and registration fees. So that's one of our primary activities, is funding these scholarships on a competitive basis. But we do this to give the supervisors a chance to come and continue to learn. You got a lot of young guys and you've got some old guys. So we interact and network.
This is the first year Columbus has been the host site for the conference.
Well, public libraries play a huge role in communities throughout the nation and in Mississippi, but not every book makes it to the shelves.
Our Ali Martin shows us why the largest library system in our region strives to have a diverse collection of titles, even though some books face challenges for a number of reasons.
As director of the Lee County Library, Jeff Tomlinson makes it a point to try and have something for everyone on the bookshelves.
In a public library setting, it's more important to have different views.
But sometimes books are challenged.
Of the 323 challenges,
each year the American Library Association releases a list of the most challenged or banned books in the country. Most of the time, books are challenged because of sexual content, language, or other objectionable material. In fact, on the list last year was Bill Cosby's Little Bill books. Those books were challenged because of the legal troubles surrounding sexual misconduct allegations targeting the comedian. Tomlinson points out that at one time in the nation's history, books such as Of Mice and Men and The Color Purple were on the banned books list.
We're not always going to agree on everything, and that's really a precious thing in America, that we can have differing opinions, and we like to provide people information about those different opinions so they can form their own opinions.
A quick online search of the Lee Itawamba Library System's inventory showed most of the banned books aren't even on the shelves. Tomlinson says while libraries do not practice censorship, they must also serve their communities by providing resources the public wants. In Tupelo, I'm Allie Martin, WCBI News.
The list of most challenged books is compiled from media reports and complaints in schools and libraries filed with the American Library Association. The Starkville-Oktibbeha Consolidated School District is on a mission to create future leaders, one student at a time. Today, the district held its Leader in Me Community Day. Residents had a chance to see how the program is impacting the students. The community tour visited all of the elementary schools there in the district. Students did a musical performance and showcased how students can take leadership roles in school.
The Leader in Me empowers every student to find their skills and talents and to use those in a leadership position. So it's all inclusive, and as a counselor, that's one of the things I love about it.
The Leader in Me program is for kindergarten through 8th grade students. Well, today is National Bookmobile Day, and the Lee County Library is getting the word out about it. Their bookmobiles stopped by Tupelo's King Early Childhood Education Center. The students got to check out the library on wheels. They heard a librarian read several books, and they were told about the importance of developing a love for reading at an early age.
The joy in going to the library and the joy of reading is finding what you like. If you like cookbooks, by all means, check out cookbooks and read them. Reading also includes looking at pictures, not just reading the words. We have graphic novels. We have Junie B. Jones on here. I have Amelia Bedelia and Captain Underpants.
I loved Amelia Bedelia growing up. The Lee County Bookmobile is the oldest bookmobile program in the state. It takes the library to people around the county. Time now to get a first look at our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson standing by, and I bet you liked Amelia Bedelia too, didn't you, Keith?
Oh, I don't even know what that is, actually. I don't. All right, weather-wise in Lee County, Tupelo right now, look at that sunshine. In the Columbus area, we actually have cloud cover. Some showers that were forming earlier, those showers really falling apart. Still can't rule out an isolated sprinkle here or shower here this evening, but basically dry. Temperatures in the mid and upper 70s right now. By late this evening, those clouds will thin out. We're in the mid 60s, but we stay warm into the holiday weekend, guys. For just a few minutes.
The Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Department is investigating a Sunday shooting involving teenagers. Investigators are not releasing much information, but have confirmed that a teenager was shot during the incident in the Sunset community. The alleged shooter, also a teenager, was taken into custody and placed in juvenile detention. Deputies arrested one adult, 18-year-old Tatiana Brooks. She's charged with tampering with evidence. It's for allegedly hiding the weapon. Anyone with information on this incident can call the Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Department.
The first plea is entered in connection with what was called a racially motivated beating outside a West Point restaurant. District Attorney Scott Colomb says 24-year-old Cortez McMillan of Okolona pled guilty to aggravated assault in connection with that 2014 beating of Ralph Weems outside of the Huddle House in West Point. McMillan was sentenced to time served in exchange for testifying against two other defendants in the case. Those two men will stand trial later this year. That incident began when Weems and a friend argued with McMillan and others at a West Point restaurant. The situation apparently escalated when the groups crossed paths a few minutes later in the parking lot at the Huddle House. Weems was severely beaten. He's still recovering, or rather suffering, long-term effects of the attack.
The second man wanted for a March shooting inside a Columbus store is now officially facing charges. Jail records show Justin Williams faces a charge of aggravated assault with what police say manifest indifference to life. Williams surrendered to Columbus police for questioning Tuesday. He's the second person charged in the March 21st shooting at this convenience store, OK Foods. The shooting left two people with multiple gunshot wounds, but both are recovering. His bond has not been set.
Coming up, area cadets are picking up a little hardware for a year's worth of hard work.
We head to Noxubee County after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. Educators help us to make us who we are, and one educator has been doing that for more than 20 years. Her hard work and passion for the job stand out, which is why Toya Blair, that is this week's Educator of the Week. She is coordinator at the Louisville Municipal Alternative School. She sees her 18 students as her children, she says. You could say teaching is in her blood. Her mother was an educator, and the two actually taught together for nearly a decade. The seasoned educator says her goal is to make a difference in her students' lives and doesn't hold their past against them.
You never know who's watching you. You don't know whose life you're impacting, and you don't want to affect their life for the negative. I said you want to always be doing something positive.
Now, if you'd like to nominate a teacher for our Educator of the Week, you can do that on our website, WCBI.com.
Junior ROTC cadets were recognized today in Macon. 67 Air Force cadets were honored at an awards ceremony at Noxubee County High School. Instructors say they wanted to reward them for their hard work.
This is very important, especially with the background of our school and the nature. So we get to recognize every cadet for how hard working they are and how dedicated and how they exhibit great conduct every day.
The event is an annual promotion and awards ceremony.
Well, we had a 10% chance for rain in the forecast today, and lo and behold, we had a shower in Columbus and some other spots as well. Not a lot of moisture, and we stay warm going forward. More after the break.
WCBI's Educator of the Week is brought to you by Food Giant, where your neighbors are the owners. Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Stunning weather in Tupelo today. Check this out. Our Alpha Insurance time-lapse in HD. Some friendly cumulus clouds bubbling on up. No rain here in northern Mississippi, but farther south we did see some of those showers move on through. In Tupelo right now we are mainly sunny, 80 degrees. Winds from the northeast at 8 miles per hour. The dew point at 51. A little bit more moisture in the air in the Columbus area. You can see the cloud cover, the residual clouds from the showers that had developed earlier. Southerly breezes at 6. It's currently 76 degrees at the Air Force Base. And this is our live Doppler radar network. Just one lone blip there northwest of Tuscaloosa. For the most part, our viewing area is now dry. Some stronger showers and storms farther south today. Some of those actually produced a little bit of small hail. The big storms today have been way out here in West Texas and New Mexico. Look at this. A complex of showers and storms and even some severe weather up there in Kansas. So all of that is going to stay well off to our west. Right now we are very warm across the deep south, mid-70s to low 80s. Wow, and we will stay well above the average going forward for the next 7 days. Your forecast for tonight, those clouds will go away, mainly clear. There could be some patchy fog, especially if you saw a little bit of moisture today. The wind will go calm as well. And for our day tomorrow, back into the low to mid 80s across the board. 82 in Tupelo, down to the south, perhaps 84 or 85 in the Golden Triangle area, including the Columbus area and Starkville. About 85 for you in Vernon, Alabama. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy. We're keeping things dry tomorrow. Can't rule out an isolated shower any time with this weather pattern here, folks. But for the most part, Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be dry. All the real big storms and showers to our northwest here with the active weather and the storm track. Now, we're watching that front right there that will approach our area by Easter Sunday. So I think we're going to be dry for the next couple of days. By Sunday, a few more clouds and we can't rule out an isolated shower or storm during the afternoon on your Easter, but most of the wet weather on Easter Sunday probably just to our northwest into Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, and Kentucky. Now that front will sag in a little bit farther south early next week, Monday and Tuesday, so our rain chances will go up a little bit here, but no big system coming our way. We are very, very warm, highs in the low to mid 80s, perhaps a few new record highs over the next couple of days, and quite mild at night as well.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. The sky is the limit for student athletes in our area, signing on for bigger and better things. We'll have more on spring signings when we come back in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
It's spring signing season, and today was a big day for many student athletes in our viewing area, putting the pen to the paper to continue their athletic careers. We'll start first in Calhoun City. Former WCBI Student Athlete of the Week, Ladavius Drain, signed the dotted line to continue his basketball career at Southern Miss. This past season, Drain averaged 31 points, 11 boards, and 4 assists per game for the Wildcats. He also finishes his high school career at Calhoun City with more than 2,000 career points. The newest Golden Eagle also helped his team get to Jackson 3 out of the 4 years.
It feels good. It's a special privilege and an honor to go Division I straight out of high school. I work hard every day to get to this point in my career. I just continue to get good at what I do.
He put his best effort in everything he's done, and I think he deserved it. I think he's our first Division I signee in school history, so we wish him the best of what he do out there. I think he'll do really well there. Looking forward to big things out of him down there.
4 Starkville Yellow Jackets signed to continue their athletic careers. The big fella, Jesse Little, signs to join American University to play D1 basketball. Lake Spradling, you just saw him ringing the cowbell. He's staying in Starkville for track and field with Mississippi State. And basketball teammates Darius Agnew and Marquedrick Bell, they're heading to Scuba to play basketball for EMCC. So a big day for Starkville athletics. We caught up with 6'10" Little, who's ready for his shot at D1 ball.
I picked it a lot because of the academics. It felt like it was the best fit possible, athletically as well as just my style of play. I'm really looking forward to it. I plan on just continuing what I did here, able to further my career at the D1 level. I'm really excited about that.
A lot of basketball signings today. Here we go to Tupelo. Senior Nick Ratliff signs to play basketball for Blue Mountain College. Ratliff averaged 9 points and 7 boards this past season for the Golden Wave, helping leading Tupelo to a 22-win season and back-to-back trips to Jackson. Ratliff says he felt right at home going on up to Blue Mountain.
Not too far away from home, and the coaching staff made me feel like home immediately as I stepped on campus.
Nick has always been a very good team player. There's a lot of things he can do. He's the only player I've coached at high school or college that can consistently rebound above the rim when the game's on the line. And I tell everybody that recruit him or ask about him the same thing, that it's kind of uncommon to have a 6'2", 6'1" guy that rebounds above the rim at a consistent level, but that just kind of lets you know what kind of competitor he is.
The signings continue. Here we go to East Webster. Softball star Jessica Aaron signs the dotted line to continue her athletic career with Mississippi College. The Lady Wolverine senior has been a force for East Webster from the plate this season. She's batting .484 with 6 doubles, 2 triples, and a homer with 12 RBIs. Aaron will look to add her 4th state championship ring this season. She's won 2 in slow pitch and 1 in fast pitch. And we'll have one more. Here we go, coming up at 10 here on WCBI Sports. We catch up with Tupelo's LeBryant Siddell. He's our Student Athlete of the Week. Siddell has made an impact on the gridiron and the diamond for the Golden Wave and is looking to finish his senior year strong. We'll have more from LeBryant tonight on WCBI with our own Jonathan Flippo.
All right, love